guys, got a special treat for you today. Got a sovereign citizen explaining to you the difference between traveling and driving on a commercial purpose, I think is, and then he goes into a bunch of other weird stuff that makes absolutely no sense. So let's get right into the video.
Driving is a commercial term and traveling is a free man term. Let's talk about the two differences. All right, driving versus traveling. So you need to understand the rules of the game if you're going to be involved in certain things. There's maxims in law which basically say if you're going to be engaged in commerce, you are presumed to know what you are doing. There's another maxim that says govern thyself or it will most assuredly be done for you. Now, when it comes to driving, let's throw on our U.S. citizen hat. All right, we're driving down the road, we get pulled over by a cop. Number one, we think we're in the United States. Number two, we show them a commercial driver's license because it's owned by a state and it was licensed to an enemy. Number three, we have a pocket full of credit cards and Federal Reserve notes, which basically are enemy dealings.
Well, this gentleman seems to be just shining down on us with all this vast knowledge he has of the difference between driving and traveling and free men and money, Federal Reserve notes, and government conspiracies, and that. I think this is fascinating. Let's watch more.
Number four, we don't own the title to our car. Commerce, public commerce hurts the public. And if you don't believe me, look at the United States debt clock. All of that ticking that you see is basically public debt that harms the public. So if you're involved in those type of activities, you are an enemy. And during times of war, police have the right to inspect any belligerent or combatant to make sure they're not engaged in pirate activities.
Yes, we certainly wouldn't want any Pittsburgh Pirates engaging in baseball when they're driving. I mean traveling, when they're traveling. I think that's what he's talking about. I don't know. I have no idea what this guy's talking about.
They want to know if you're trying to kill somebody. They want to know if you're trying to harm somebody. And that's why you can get a US DOT number and put it on the side of your car.
As far as I know, DOT numbers just for commercial use. That's all it's for. It's not for personal vehicles. If your vehicle weighs over 10,001 pounds, you got to have one. If you're traveling in commerce, you have to have one. It has nothing to do with driving around town. Nothing. And the vehicle still has to be registered and you have to be licensed. That's it.
That goes to a repository that says that you are a safe to travel person. Now, let's throw on our...
Jeez, this guy is an idiot. It doesn't give you an award as a safe driver if you have a DOT number. That has nothing to do with being a safe driver. It doesn't tell anybody you're a safe driver. It says you have a DOT number. That's all it says. What an idiot.
Our U.S. or our state national hat. So we throw on our state national hat. I'm self-governing. I have the title to my car. I have my own ID that I have created and have authenticated through the Secretary of State. And I also do not have any Federal Reserve notes. I have silver in my pocket, and then I get pulled over. I'm very nice and kind because during times of war, the Constitution is suspended. So I'm nice and kind to the officer. They have no jurisdiction over me. I'm asking the questions. I'm not answering like, I'm their subject. They're my servants.
I haven't checked into this guy at all, but I'm guessing that he sells little packages for like $250, $300 on how to drive without a license. Just the way he's talking, it's like he's a school teacher or something teaching you how to do it. I'm not buying it. Don't buy this garbage, people. Don't buy it.
So I'm very kind and polite, and then I'm not driving to go to engage in commerce. I'm traveling to my workplace to earn a living. But you need to understand that your straw man is receiving public debt benefit notes that is basically harming the public. So if you have that on you, you need to put it inside of a trust envelope or a trust wallet so that it is sealed and outside of view and inspection, because that kind of stuff is enemy activities.
Yes, folks, everything in the real world is an enemy to you. That's exactly right. But I think you'd be proud of me. I have a wallet that was made at the local prison here about 15, 18 years ago. And it's a chain drive wallet, so it's chained to me. It's like a trust wallet, like what he's talking about. So I have one of those. That's one for me.
You don't want to be involved in that. So you're self-governing state national with gold and silver on you, and you're good. In 1933, the United States went bankrupt, and they've been in a perpetual state of emergency. Now, this is what the Wizard of Oz was all about.
Oh, this is definitely my favorite part of the video. He's going to tell us what the Wizard of Oz movie was all about. And it's all about sovereign citizens and bankruptcy and the country being broke and all that. That's exactly what it's about. You're going to love it. It kind of explains the look of astonishment on his face right now. It's just amazing how this guy figured this all out.
The Wizard of Oz. It was about the gold that was taken and stolen away from the currency. The currency always goes through cycles since Roman times. It goes from asset backed to debased to fiat. Every fiat currency ever in history has failed. Now, when referring to the Wizard of Oz, in the original book, the girl had on silver shoes because that was the common law way back to reality.
Okay, I may have made a mistake. It may be the Wizard of Oz. I've never heard of that. Is that actually a movie? I'm going to have to look it up. He's not talking about the Wizard of Oz. Or is he? I think he is. But anyway, let's finish.
In 1933, everything switched and turned into a corporation. That's why everything went black and white. Your U.S. citizen is a corporation. Your state national is a corporation. The U.S. is a corporation, and they can only deal with other corporations. So that's why you can use those entities to interface with them. So in the Wizard of Oz, you have your Tin Man, which was your tax identification number. You have your Straw Man, which was basically your U.S. corporation, and then you had the Coward, who is your flesh body. You basically are all walking around with like a coward, when really we are the ultimate sovereigns that rule and run everything. The United States was founded on self-governing, powerful people. But today, we all have our hand out. We're basically using other people's trash collection services. We're using other people's pipes, other people's water, other people's drain systems. We're using other people's paper. We're using public services like fire, police, and medical services and stuff like that. You know, that's not how a true sovereign operates. They are our servants, and you can contract with them individually.
Thank God this is almost over. This is killing me. This is just hilarious. The Wizard of Oz. That is what he was talking about. The Wizard of Oz movie. He's got it all figured out. His brain is like in full maximum power mode. Jesus Christ. Come on, man. Yeah, that was just really, really weird. Anyway, SovCit explaining traveling, driving, gold, conspiracies, corporations, you know, the whole gambit, and people believe this stuff. They believe it hook, line, and sinker. I don't know what's wrong with them. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Love y'all. Bye.